Okay, it is 7:40. I work today, and it's Wednesday, 8 in the morning to 3:30. So it means I get one little break and 1.5 hour lunch, and that's it. According to their rules now. So, they're saying that it's gonna rain today. And it's going to melt a lot of the snow like it already has. There already is some flooded roads here, and they did not close them. So, I literally had to drive through 2 flooded roads, basically. Yeah, so, it's like I think they'll wind up closing them later or so. But now, I don't know if Menards will send me home early or not today. I don't think it's going to be terribly busy when it starts raining. No, it sounds it's supposed to start raining around 10, 11 o'clock. So, and that's the Weather Channel app the last time I checked. So, I did started a Patreon, but I'm just sorting through what I have on my YouTube channel and just picking out the better stuff and putting it on Patreon, and you know, but it's just the thing too is now Menards, they scheduled me next week either for only 3 days to work or 4 days only to work and not much hours. So, the way it looks, I'll be done by, I think, yeah, because a lot of them days I ain't working very many hours. And tomorrow Blaine's Farm and Fleet is having a job fair, but it says nothing about it on Instagram. And there really isn't any full-time jobs. And now DVR, Jean Tremblay, my DVR counselor, emailed me asking me, how's the job search going, and, how do you say this, where has Greg, your CRI vendor, been taking you to? I'm like, well, he hasn't really taken me anywhere, and it's like, well, I can't work at a factory. That's what I don't want to tell them. Because I got a bad shoulder and a bad knee, and I can't really work at a restaurant because of those, so it only limits me to retail. So, a grocery store or department store only. Because, I don't want to tell them, and it's going to happen, and that's going to be a tough one, which I can't really tell at an interview this. If I get a job somewhere and I get medical insurance, after I get the medical card, I'm going to pretty much have to go in and have my shoulder checked on, and if I wind up being out with surgery, it could be a month or more, and then employer's going to be mad. Or if they want my arm in a sling and letting that shoulder heal, they're going to put me on restraints, limitations, and that. They'll say I won't be able to lift so many pounds, and they're going to be pissed off at me, basically. Because they're going to say, to me, you didn't tell us that you had these, shoulder problem when we hired you. And then when they find out that it was Menards that told me that, you know, that's the thing. Because when they all realize that, they're going to be like, they'll look for reasons to get rid of me, or they'll just plain and simply try to fire me. And that's where I don't want to tell DVR. That's a big reason why I can't work in a factory either, is because if I have them limitations all of a sudden because of my shoulder, they're going to be like, she can't do anything we'd want her to. She's just going to be standing there. And they'll be like, you know, or if I'm out with shoulder surgery, that makes any employer real mad at you. I mean, they'll be like, we didn't know that she had a bad shoulder. And that's where I got watched with getting my shoulder checked. Once I get a legit full-time job somewhere, even if it's in retail, let's say, that's what we gotta watch it with, because they could all of a sudden say, well, we didn't know that you had this condition wrong with your shoulder. Okay, they sent me home as scheduled 3:30 today, but here they threatened to, and it was, and I'll say this, it wasn't Amber Vitek this time, it was Dan Scolfer, and and he said, oh, you didn't get here quick enough for that carryout, that customer had to load it herself. If you do this again, I'm writing you up. It sounded like he was threatening to fire me. And I told him I was out in the middle of the road, and there was a car in front of me moving. I ain't gonna go about face in front of a car and get hit by a car. If I get hit by a car, you're gonna try to write me up. You know I'm unconscious in the parking lot in the middle of the damn road. And that's where I don't want to say to Menards East, I have no choice. I'm going to take advice from Christina, the store manager of not Chippewa Falls, but the Shopko hometown in Arcadia, Wisconsin. I'm going to look out for myself. I'm going to report to OSHA for unsafe work conditions. They want me to put my life in danger and get hit by a car and do an about face in the way of a car and getting hit by a car. You can't do that. Even Walmart said that. I couldn't even keep up today on my own. And it's just crazy. No one thought I acted like I was lost. It's like, no, I've been thinking about what Christina said, and it's like, if Menards East gets an inspection by OSHA, because I'll have to report them to OSHA, basically, unfortunately, and if OSHA agrees with me that it's not safe to do an about face in front of vehicles and leave carts in the middle of that road, because that's what Menards is telling me. That's what my boss is telling me to do. Is to leave shopping carts right in the middle of that road where it's busy traffic. Or right in back of parked vehicles just to go do a carryout. When you don't know if a customer to them vehicles that own them is going to come out and wanting, as soon as they unload, to back up. And they're going to be mad. They're going to go inside, they're going to complain, and they're going to demand that you move them carts. That is not how you do it. And he argued with me, and he made it sound like, oh, I called you right when you were in the doorway, I know. And I'm like, You didn't call me till I was in the middle of the darn road, in front of a little red car moving in front of me. And you want me to do an about face in front of a little red car that's moving? And get hit? And be laying unconscious in the middle of the road? That's not being safe. And once OSHA finds out about this, and I hate to say this to Dan Sculfer and Amber Vatique, the first ones that'll find out about this fine from OSHA will be Dustin, the store manager, and then his assistant managers, Colton, Craig, and Ryan. And you know who they'll take it out on, since it was a front end issue? They'll take it out on the front end managers and give you all coaching at least. And that's where I don't want to say it. Because OSHA will say you can't tell her to do an about face or write her up if she's afraid of putting her life on the line to get with getting hit by a car like that. You know, that's not safe. To go turn around in front of a car and then just to run and go do a carryout. It's like, Dan, couldn't have you done like the Chippewa Falls Walmart CSMs get told by the management there? Could you do it yourself if I'm way too busy? Or better yet, could you tell the customers like they tell the CSMs tell at Walmart in Black River Falls? Can you wait here for 5-10 minutes until they get here? It don't take that long to say that. And either the customer will say yes or no. Because they can wait. I've been told that by assistant managers. They don't want you getting hurt. They don't want you to slip, trip, or fall. You know? And I'm going to look out for myself on this.